Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Hale Gymnasium here on the campus of Bergen Catholic High School in Oradell, New Jersey. As tonight, Bergen Catholic is playing host to the Knights of Kennedy High School in this cross-divisional matchup in the Big North Conference. Welcome to Bergen Catholic Crusader Basketball, powered by SSP Video. BC Basketball is brought to you by Leaf Free Home Improvements, Traphagen CPAs and Wealth Advisors, RSM Facility Solutions, the Richardson family, the Guerra family, the Gallo family, the Traphagen family, the Caggiato family, and the Fallon family. Welcome back to Oradell. It's been quite some time since we last graced your broadcast sets, as January 9th was the last time that Bergen Catholic played host to an opponent here in this 2021-2022 season. Since that point, Bergen Catholic has hit the road for 7 straight games at either road or neutral site events. BC went 3-4 in those games away from Hale Gym. Now they're going to be trying to come back home and get back to their winning ways. They're following up a win last night on the road at DePaul Catholic, getting them their 10th win of the season, and this would be a big-time win against a quality opponent here tonight as Kennedy comes into this game 12-3 on the season. The Knights had won 12 straight on the season after opening up the year 0-2, but they fell in their last time out on January 27th, a loss at home against Ridgewood, which snapped their 12-game winning streak. They're going to be trying to start a new win streak here today against Bergen Catholic, a team that they have not played since 2014. So BC knows, with a prime opponent ready for them, this could be big in terms of the grand scheme of power points for the playoffs. We're getting closer and closer to the cutoff date of the postseason, which is February 12th. And the state factors in your best 13 performances when it comes to power points on the season. So this very well might be one of those games that Bergen Catholic would love to have at their disposal, as BC is trying to garner one of those top 2 seeds in the upcoming playoffs. That would mean that they would just have to play home games here before potentially going to a neutral site for the North Non-Public A sectional final. Looks like Don Bosco Prep, with their win over BC and a hot start to the season, 14 wins on the year for the Ironmen. Looks like Bosco is going to be the top seed no matter what happens, but BC is going to be trying to fend off the likes of Seton Hall Prep, Hudson Catholic, St. Peter's Prep, to say just a couple of names that are trying to jockey for position in one of those top seeds. And again, you get one of the top 2 seeds, you play at home throughout the playoffs before eventually getting to a sectional final, as BC is going to be hoping to defend their sectional championship from a couple of seasons ago that they won against St. Peter's Prep. So BC 10-5 on the year, Kennedy 12-3. We'll get to the national anthem as well as the starting lineups for both sides coming up shortly, as you're watching BC Basketball, brought to you by SSP Video.
Responsibility for keeping this evening's competition at a high level of good sportsmanship. Now, we ask all of our guests to rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps and join us for the play of our national anthem. the Knights from John F. Kennedy High School. Head forward, the 6'3" senior, number 1, Jalen Gore. At guard, 6'2" senior, number 2, Jaquan Briggs. At forward, 6'4" freshman, number 5, Zaire Simmons. At guard, 6'2" senior, number 15, Jesus Romero. And at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 23, Devon Devine. The Knights are coached by Mr. Tommy Paterson, 114-41 in his 7th season. Head coach of the Knights. And now, for your Bergen Catholic Crusaders. At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 1, Will Richardson. And at guard, a 6' senior, number 2, Julian Brown. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore, Jalen Robinson. And starting tonight at forward, a 6'7" freshman, number 12, David Monroe. Also at forward, a 6'7" sophomore, number 20, Bergen.
So again, those were the starting lineups for both sides. For Kennedy, Jalen Gore, number 1. Number 2, Jaquan Briggs, the leading scorer for Kennedy this season. Number 5, Zaire Simmons, an impressive-looking freshman. Number 15, Jesus Romero. And number 23, Jeremiah Klein. For Bergen Catholic, Will Richardson, number 1. Julian Brown, number 2. Jalen Robinson, number 10. David Monroe, number 12. And Brendan Benjamin, number 20. Bergen Catholic is coached by Billy Armstrong, BC class of 1994. In his 11th season at the helm of his alma mater, he is in search of win number 199 here tonight, as he is 1-1 all-time against Kennedy. And the head man at his alma mater is Tommy Paterson. Kennedy class of 88 in his 7th season, 0-1 in his lone previous meeting against BC. Again, it's been quite some time since these two teams have clashed on the hardwood. February 1st, 2014, it was a Bergen Catholic win here at home, 63-57. BC in their home white. In the road, black and red, is Kennedy. 12-3 on the season are the Knights, 10-5 are the Crusaders. Glad that you could join us again here for Bergen Catholic basketball action on YouTube. As the opening tip is won back by Benjamin. Bergen Catholic will start with the first offensive possession of the night here at home. Robinson drawing the double team in the corner. There goes Julian Brown on the baseline. Kick out into the corner. Will Richardson for 3, no good. As it caroms up and over the backboard out of bounds. Will be possession now going over to Kennedy. A team that averages 60 points per game, 53 points allowed this season. Briggs, the leading scorer, dishing it off, now getting it back. He averages 17.8 points per game. Here's a shot by Romero, and Romero banks it in from 3. Jesus Romero, second on the team and made 3-pointers on the season. He starts off 1 for 1 from distance, and now Romero lunging high to steal it away. Romero not being stopped, gets it inside. Now kick out on the baseline jumper, and a quick 5-0 start to this game after Briggs knocks down the mid-range jumper. Monroe contested underneath. Here's Briggs again. He's a slasher, goes right to the rim, but he left the layup short. And then a reach-in foul by Kennedy, trying to win back possession after a good rebound by Brandon Benjamin. That's what Briggs does. Rarely does he miss a layup like that, but he is a slasher. He lurks on the baseline. He's a really good scorer for this team. At 19 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists in a loss against Ridgewood in their last time out. Again, that loss against Ridgewood snapped a 12-game win streak on the season for Kennedy. They are no pushover here tonight. Robinson hard to the rim, missing the layup, but he fouls his own miss, gets the offensive rebound. BC still in search of their first points. Here's Richardson from 3. No good as he nearly banked in the triple. And it's rebounded inside. Now going coast to coast, Zaire Simmons. And Billy Armstrong will call a quick timeout for BC, who look a little lethargic on defense. That time, Zaire Simmons, the outstanding freshman forward, just took it down from one end of the floor and was unopposed as he went coast to coast for the easy layup. And Kennedy has jumped out to a surprising 7-0 lead so far here in the first quarter of play in Oradell. Since 1997, Leaf Free Home Improvements has earned a reputation as a leading gutter, siding, window, and roofing contractor in Bergen County. Owned and founded by BC basketball alum Noel Naughton, Leaf Free Home Improvements dedicates themselves to exceeding the expectations of homeowners and commercial clients throughout Bergen and Rockland counties. For more info or free quote, visit leaffree.com or call 201-730-6093. BC still without the services of 2 of the sophomores that they were hoping to be mainstays in their lineup this season, in Elliot Cadeau and Terry Copeland. Copeland now missing his 5th straight game. Cadeau has yet to play in the regular season. Here's Julian Brown, the Wagner commit. Trying to get it back up top to Richardson. Double team comes to him. Richardson dribbling up a storm. Nearly lost it, but Brown gets it. As now it's Richardson, watched by Romero, getting it up top for Brown. A deep 3, and Julian Brown gets BC on the board with 5:35 and counting left to go here in the first quarter. Kennedy will live with that deep range shot that would have been deep behind the college three-point line by Julian Brown. Answered 3, no good that time, as BC will secure the board. They'll get it down the other way with Robinson. Robinson lofting that pass up. Jalen Robinson, the sophomore, had 10 points in the loss at Bosco last weekend. And there's Robinson trying his luck from 3, no good, as that's the second time that an errant BC shot caromed off the top of the backboard and out of bounds for a violation. Possession now going back to Kennedy. 44th all-time meeting between these schools. Kennedy actually leads the all-time series 24-19. And a nice contested move across the lane there by Briggs. Jaquan Briggs with 4. David Monroe quickly tried to go the other way. Second time, he has left it short inside the lane. There's Briggs again going coast to coast. This time left it short. Rebounded by Benjamin. Richardson trying to get Romero off him. Richardson stripped on his way up. And here comes Kennedy the other way. The Knights have really been frustrating BC offensively so far in this first quarter. Another rebound for Brandon Benjamin. He has really had an impressive sophomore season. Here's Richardson weaving his way inside, and Will Richardson, after a couple of misses from 3, finally takes it to the basket to get his first 2 of the game. 9-5 lead for Kennedy. Espinosa waiting to check in at the scores table for Coach Armstrong and Bergen Catholic. Past the midway point of this first quarter of play. Here's Romero. He has 1 3 in the game. Fall away 3, no good. Brown had an opportunity to outlet it, but elected to be conservative to not throw that long pass to Richardson. Here's Richardson, sets and fires from 3, no good. Benjamin with the rebound inside. He falls down, and they're going to call a foul against Kennedy, trying to get up and over the top of BC's number 20. That'll be the second team foul against Kennedy, the first personal foul against Jalen Gore. Gore is that senior big man who's relied upon more as a defensive player than an offensive catalyst for this side. He picks up the foul going over the back of Benjamin. So a timeout on the floor Trap Hagen CPAs and Wealth Advisors are longtime supporters of Bergen Catholic basketball. They're celebrating 50-plus years serving our community by providing a full range of comprehensive accounting, tax, and wealth management services. For more info, visit tfgllc.com or call 201-262-1040. And the student athletes of the Bergen Catholic basketball program wish equality for all in this celebration of Black History Month. As we turn the calendar to the month of February here today, February 1st, and happy Black History Month to all those celebrating. Out of the timeout, 3:39 left to go in the first. BC trailing by 4, 9-5. Espinosa into the game. A three-point specialist, number 4 in white. Richardson right down the lane again. Good contest once again inside by Gore. Richardson is fouled that time getting up to the rim. And if that's against Gore, that'll be foul number 2 against the Kennedy big man. And it will be foul number 2 against number 1 in black for Kennedy. So some foul concerns for Coach Tommy Patterson, senior big man. And Richardson will be opportunistic and sink down the first made foul shot. Give him 3 points in the contest now. The future Fordham Ram is the leading scorer this season for BC, averaging 19.3 points per game. At 26 points last night against DePaul Catholic. As Richardson goes 2 for 2 at the line, he's got 4 straight for BC, who have raced back to now trail by 2, 9-7. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The Knights of Passaic County trying to pick up a big win on the road here. They're also in position to be the top seed in their playoff group. Espinosa in the corner, transition 3, got it! Elias Espinosa off the assist from Will Richardson. He was found in transition in the corner, and Bergen Catholic with their first lead at 10-9. Romero across the way, offensive foul drawn by Espinosa. So Elias does it on both ends of the floor. He tickled the twine on the offensive side and did the help defense, sacrifice his body for the offensive foul on the defensive end. So BC starting to grow in confidence here after a very slow start that saw them fall behind 7-0. Benjamin double teamed and taken away from him. Here's a fast break the other way, Briggs, and he kisses it on the glass and in. Briggs with 6, and there's Monroe running the floor the other way, gets fouled as he tried to get a quick hoop the other way for BC. And that'll send the impressive-looking freshman to the line, shooting 2 with 2:25 left to go in our first quarter of action. BC again was in action last night on the road in Wayne against DePaul Catholic. As Monroe will knock in the first foul shot. That game originally was scheduled for Saturday, but because of Saturday's nor'easter and the snowfall, that moved the game to Monday instead. So BC on short rest, taking on Kennedy here. Monroe going 1 of 2 at the line. 11-11. 2:15 and counting. Here's Briggs now. So shifty, pulls up from 17 and gets the shooter's roll. Jaquan Briggs with a game-high 8 points now for Kennedy. As it moves around, here's Julian Brown from 3. Julian Brown connecting on his second made 3 of the game as he's starting to find his range. And now it's Bergen Catholic with a lead, 14-13. Here's Briggs again, stops and pops and silky smooth. Briggs already with double digits with 10 in the game. 15-14. Bergen Catholic trails. Under 90 seconds left to go. There's Brown again. That's a bit of a heat check. As again, that was a deep chuck, not allowing the offense to run their stuff. Here's Briggs, watched by Brown. Briggs again with 10 of his team's 15. Gives it off to the near side. Outstanding defense there by Benjamin, disrupting the shot attempt by Simmons. Espinosa down the near side, but Espinosa gets his pocket picked. Here's Briggs in the open floor, and Briggs dribbles it off his shin last. As that is going to be a comedy of errors between both of these teams. Back and forth with turnovers, and now possession for BC. 58.4 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Joe Scrivenich into the game for the Crusaders. Number 11, the 6'3 senior. Handing it off now to Will Richardson. Richardson with 4 points for BC. Just became the second leading scorer in school history in the last game as Benjamin missing that in-tight shot with the left hand. Here's Romero bringing it up. Romero trying to kick out in the corner. Brown with the intercept. Here's Scrivenich the other way, giving it off to Richardson, and Richardson gets fouled on his way to the rim by Simmons. Unselfish move there by Scrivenich. He had an opportunity to maybe go up for his own layup, but instead gave it off to the leading scorer on the team, and Richardson drew the contact and will head to the line. That is the 16th foul of the quarter against Kennedy. BC has yet to foul. As Richardson will swish home the first foul shot attempt here. He's 3 for 3 in the game. He's got 5 points for BC. So BC on its way to a lot of foul shots potentially in this half with already 6 night fouls. Richardson again, perfect at the line. 4 for 4 tonight. 6 points here in the first quarter. BC back on top, 16-15. How can they defend against this man? His mid-range jumper has been on point here tonight. And that's going to be a tie-up, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it on this side for Kennedy. 16.5 seconds left to go. We'll see if Coach Patterson will elect to hold for a final shot of the quarter. Romero trying to inbound that. Got that one kicked away. Kick save and a butte there by Will Richardson. As he'll lob it up top. So it looks like Kennedy will be trying to hold for one potential final shot. Simmons across the lane, and he took an extra step too many. That's going to be a turnover forced by BC's defense. Crusader basketball up by 1, 16-15 with 9.3 seconds left to go here in the first. Scrivenich with the screen. Now into the corner. Julian Brown in and out. It was halfway down. Volleying for possession as that's tipped out of bounds. That'll do it for the first 8 minutes of play here at Hale Gym and CJ Donfield Court. It's Bergen Catholic on top of Kennedy by a score of 16-15. The Gallo family would like to wish Peter Gallo and all the Crusaders a great season. Help Bergen Catholic continue to build on past successes by preparing for the future with a donation to the Crusader Fund. Crusader Fund gifts are unrestricted and immediately available where they are most urgently needed. Join us in strengthening the Bergen Catholic Brotherhood for generations to come with an annual gift to Bergen Catholic's Crusader Fund. Donate now at bergencatholic.org. SSP Video specializes in getting your student athlete to stand out from the competition and get noticed by college coaches. For more info and to sign up, visit sspvideo.org and get noticed. And if you'd like to become a sponsor in these BC basketball broadcasts, please email bergencatholicbasketball@gmail.com. And an update, fans, that I'm very happy to make right now. After being on a ventilator for 8 days at Holy Name Hospital, we are thrilled to report that Jay Vergetta, Lauren Armstrong's father, is doing well and is about to finish his rehab and will be going home this Thursday. Thank you to everyone who has reached out with their thoughts and prayers, and we hope to see Chef Jay back at a BC home game very soon. So congratulations to see that Lauren Armstrong's father is okay. And Chef Jay, who has been a staple of BC basketball since Billy Armstrong took the job. We'll see him soon, and there's Julian Brown. Brown has found success from deep, something that has been betraying him throughout this season. Brown with 3 made threes in this first half. He's got a game-high 9 for the Crusaders. Largest lead of the game for BC at 19-15. It's going to be a hand check call against Bergen Catholics. Brandon Benjamin. That is the first foul of the game against BC in the opening seconds of the second quarter. Benjamin's first foul of the game. He's coming off a 15-point performance last night against DePaul. Here's Briggs, pulls up, no good. Romero tips it out, but he tips it into the backcourt. It'll still be possession, though, for the Knights, as it wasn't a full control by Romero, just a controlled tip. There's a deep three again by the Knights, a fight for the loose ball inside. Espinosa secures the loose ball. Good hustle play there by the senior. Brown into the corner, Skrivenich for three. He's got it! BC bombing away from three, as Skrivenich now knocking down the 5th made three of the first half for Bergen Catholic. BC's lead grows to 7, 22-15. No good, as Kennedy has now run cold from the outside. Nothing coming easily for the Knights. Richardson will try his luck from distance. No good, but Monroe tried to clean it up inside, missed the bunny. BC getting the bounce out to Brown, though. Espinosa sets and fires. No good. Rebound by Romero. Outlets it, but playing center field with the interception. That time was Espinosa. Here's Richardson around the defense for the easy two. And a timeout called for by Coach Tommy Paterson and Kennedy, as he wants to talk it over. It's been all BC to start off this second quarter of play, extending their lead now to 24-15 here in the first half. As we said, Bergen Catholic, they have been doing most of their work this season away from home. They have only played 3 total games here at Hale Gym so far this season. They opened it up with a loss against national powerhouse Rosedale Catholic, defeated DePaul Catholic in the next night back on January 4th. And the last time that we brought you the sights and sounds of BC basketball was way back on January 9th, as Bergen Catholic took care of Paramus Catholic in a divisional showdown that evening. So after having 7 straight games away from home, BC back home here tonight. They'll be back in action on Thursday night in a game against national powerhouse Montverde Academy of Florida. That game will be at RWJ Barnabas Health Arena down in Toms River on Thursday night. The next Bergen Catholic home game will be here next Tuesday, a week from tonight, as they'll be playing host to the St. Joseph Regional Green Knights. Of course, you'll be able to watch that whole game here on our YouTube broadcast powered by SSP Video. Dan Long, Jay Sticko, glad that you could join us here in Ordell tonight. Kennedy had the hot start, led 7-0. Bergen Catholic has battled back to take control. Here's Briggs. He's been the one-man show for Kennedy, scoring 10 points of his team's 15 total. Briggs again. Lures the defense into him and draws the foul in the act of shooting as well. Briggs so adept with his handle and also the ability to hang his body in midair to draw that contact in the act of shooting as well. As that'll send Jaquan Briggs to the line, shooting 2. Briggs missing on the first foul shot. Monroe picked up the foul for BC. Briggs had a season-high 27 points against Memorial earlier this season as part of the Fort Lee Holiday Tournament, a tournament that Kennedy won after being added at the last second due to COVID cancellations by teams in the field. Here's Espinosa, extra pass, open in the corner, another 3-ball for Elias Espinosa. And BC, who have connected on 6 made threes now here in the first half, with still 5:35 and counting left to go. Briggs, fadeaway jump shot, good contest there by Espinosa. Romero trying to bounce pass inside the midst of the defense. Tipped out, Skrivenich. Here's the touch passing, unselfish, two-hand flush by Richardson. And that sends a lot of the patrons to their feet. Will Richardson with a game-high 10 points now for Bergen Catholic. Now playing a little defense. Here's Simmons. Watched by Monroe, a pair of freshmen. No good by Simmons inside. Romero trying to carve out the space. Too hard off the glass. And then it's going to be an ensuing reach-in foul against Kennedy, and that's going to be foul number 7 of the half against Kennedy, which should send BC the other way, shooting a 1-and-1. So that's where those bunch of fouls against Kennedy in the first quarter of play has led to problems here, as BC is going to be in the bonus for the remaining 4:53, of the first half. David Monroe at the line, shooting 1-and-1. No BC teammates there, so it's just going to be an easy rebound. Taken in by Kennedy. Here's Romero in the corner for 3, no good. Romero again started off with a 3 banked in on the first shot of the game for Kennedy that gave the Knights a 3-0 lead. Romero across the middle. A lot of movement there. How that's not a travel, I don't know, but eventually they call Kennedy for the travel on the far side. Davion Shaw getting called for the travel on that far side corner, but Romero might have been a guilty culprit as well. 29-16, BC in control here. Here's Skrivenic across the way. Brown, extra pass into the corner. And now it's going to be a 3-second call against Skrivenic, who shouts in frustration. And that mental miscue camped out in the red paint. That'll give the possession back to Kennedy. The Knights have scored only 1 point so far in the second quarter as we're reaching the midway point of the quarter. 4 minutes gone by. Can anyone but Briggs generate some offense here for Coach Tommy Paterson's side? A team that's the number 2 seed in the Passaic County tournament, just like BC's the number 2 seed in the upcoming Bergen Jamboree tournament. Stolen away by Bergen Catholic. Going down the other way, that extra bounce pass just a little too much, as Austin Spencer, the 6-foot freshman, had the initial steal, was unselfishly trying to get it to Jalen Robinson, but in doing so, turned it over himself. BC going to their bench early and often here tonight. Kennedy not so lucky, as they do not have a lot of bodies on that sideline. Playing without Yasin Crawford. It's one of their leading scorers in this season as well. Averages 16 points a game, not at their disposal. Monroe tips out the rebound to himself. Outlets it now to Julian Brown. Brown with 3 made threes here in the first half. Brown turning the corner. Up in the air. Getting it into that corner. Robinson, he gets it poked away from behind. And it's going to be a reach-in foul against Austin Spencer. It's actually a good foul, all things considered, as that was going to be a breakout and numbers the other way for Kennedy if Spencer didn't administer that foul in the middle of the floor. Spencer's first, team's third. 3:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Again, Bergen Catholic in control, 29-16. Outscoring Kennedy 13-1 in the second quarter. Romero pulls up from 3, no good. Trying to guide that one in. Robinson with a rebound. Young BC team on the floor, except for Brown, the lone senior. It's all underclassmen, and what about that? What are the chances of that ball being hung up on the back portion of the rim and just coming to a dead halt? You couldn't get that to go if you even planned it. Unlucky there for Brandon Benjamin, missing on that layup attempt inside. So it's 1 senior, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen on the floor for Billy Armstrong. Robinson with the active hands, deflects it out of bounds. Last touch off the Crusaders, so the inbound upcoming for Kennedy. With 2:38 left to go here until halftime. It's the Kennedy side that can get hot from 3. No good, though, by Simmons. Kennedy with only one made three in this game, and quickly to make amends down the other way is Brandon Benjamin. Beat the defense down the floor. Didn't get hung up in the back of the rim that time. Across the lane. And they're going to say, is it a foul against BC? Yes, it is. A foul against Brandon Benjamin. So Benjamin picks up his second personal foul, team's fourth for BC, with 2:18 remaining here until halftime. Bergen Catholic 31, Kennedy 16. BC looking for their 11th win of the season. Kennedy looking for what would be win number 13. Trying to avoid dropping back-to-back games for the second time this season. Again, tough look inside. Jump balls aplenty. Eventually gets tipped out of bounds in front of the BC sideline. Last touch off of the Crusaders. So Kennedy rolling the dice here. They're bringing back onto the floor their center, Jalen Gore. He's playing with 2 fouls. Coach Patterson knows that time is running out, though, for his team. If they want to stay within striking distance, he needs his full arsenal of players. No good inside, and it's going to be last touch off of Spencer in BC. Spencer was having the position underneath, couldn't grab the rebound cleanly, and that gives extra life now for Kennedy. As Romero will lob it inside to Latson. Nice curling move to the hoop. Again, there's a lid on the rim in this quarter for Kennedy. They miss another opportunity inside. Here comes Richardson in the open floor. Will Richardson with the left hand. Richardson now with a game-high 12 for BC. And as I mentioned earlier, Will, in rarefied air, second all-time in Bergen Catholic career points. Coming into tonight's play, he passed Matt Zona up in the last game. Another miss inside. There's a rejection by Benjamin. Here comes Richardson. Razzle dazzle with the tomahawk flush. And the gym explodes here in Oradell in celebration of Richardson going airborne. Mano-y-mano, he flushed it home. And the patrons are abuzz here at BC. Richardson now with a game-high 14 points as he continues his thrilling play of late this season. 26 points last night against the Spartans and a 20-point effort against Cardinal Hayes in BC's national matchup at Iona College a couple of weekends ago, when BC, after a lackluster start to this game, they have certainly woken from their slumber. 35-16 on top of Kennedy with 1:08 left to go in the first half of play, as Richardson with a big smile on his face, thrilling all the fans in red and gold here tonight, including many of the accepted students in the incoming freshman class in attendance to be treated to maybe their first BC basketball game. And there's a three-point shot knocked down by Simmons, the first made field goal of this second quarter for the Kennedy Knights. Now a whistle, and it's going to be a late call and a travel call against BC inside. So Simmons mercifully connects on a three after Kennedy went almost the entire quarter without a made field goal. Here's Simmons again, going back-to-back for his efforts, and that time that hangs up on top of the backboard, nearly stuck up there, as that'll go out of bounds and will be possession upcoming for BC. Richardson with 14, Brown with 9. Leading scorers in this contest for the Crusaders. Here's Robinson in the far corner. Coming up on 25 seconds before halftime. Richardson from distance. It's been a Will Richardson show here back at home. 17 points in the game for the future Fordham Ram. He has 2 points shy of the team total for Kennedy here tonight. Here's Simmons up top, spinning around. Scrivenich got a piece of it. Deflected it out of bounds. It'll be staying possession with Kennedy. So BC led by only 1 point after one. They've blown the doors off this one here in the second quarter. Only 4 total points in the quarter for Kennedy. There's Briggs. That one will bring rain. And that's a high arcer that falls short, and Bergen Catholic flexing their muscles heading into halftime. On top by 19 points, outscoring Kennedy by 18 points in that second quarter alone, and holding Kennedy to a grand total of 4 points in the second quarter after the Knights produced 15 and held the lead by as many as 7 in the first quarter of play. Stick around as we'll be back for more as we head to halftime. You're watching Bergen Catholic Crusader basketball here on YouTube, powered by SSP Video. As members of the accepted students for Bergen Catholic's class of 2026 being honored here on the floor at halftime as we're about to get underway for the resumption of play in the start of the second half. Boy, do I feel old as a BC class of 2003, class of 2026 in attendance here to see their Crusaders at action. And they've seen a good one here by BC in the first half of play. It was a sluggish start. Kind of saw that maybe BC was not ready to go on the opening whistle, not knowing what type of effort Kennedy would mount. But these Knights, they're no joke. 12-3 on the season. Right now, they'd be the top overall seed in the North 1 Group 4 sectional playoffs, as well as the number 2 seed in that Passaic County tournament that's going on. The Knights jumped all over BC, leading 7-0 early on. A banked shot for a three-pointer by Jesus Romero. That started off the scoring. That has proved to be the only three made in the first half by Kennedy. They went frigid after that banked-in shot to begin the contest. And looking at the stats from the first half of play, Jaquan Briggs, 11 points to lead the charge for Kennedy. Zaire Simmons with 5 points. And Jesus Romero with 3. Correction, Simmons had a 3 late in the second quarter. That gave Kennedy their second made 3 of the game. Bergen Catholic, 7 made triples in that first half of play. They were shooting the lights out after that slow start to the contest. Will Richardson with a game-high 17 for BC. Julian Brown with 9 points, all of which coming on 3 made threes in the game. Elias Espinosa with a pair of threes. He's got 6. Joe Scrivenich with a triple of his own. He's got 3. Brandon Benjamin with 2, and David Monroe with 1. And Richardson might have had the finish of the season for the Crusaders on that tomahawk one-hand slam that really got the crowd rocking here if they weren't celebrating already. Fans, since 1997, Leaf Free Home Improvements has earned a reputation as a leading gutter, siding, window, and roofing contractor in Bergen County. Owned and founded by BC basketball alum Noel Naughton, Leaf Free Home Improvements dedicates themselves to exceeding the expectations of homeowners and commercial clients throughout Bergen and Rockland counties. For more info or a free quote, visit leaffree.com or call 201-730-6093. Trap Hagen CPA and Wealth Advisors are longtime supporters of Bergen Catholic basketball. They're celebrating 50-plus years serving our community by providing a full range of comprehensive accounting, tax, and wealth management services. For more information, visit tfgllc.com or call 201-262-1040. The student athletes of the Bergen Catholic basketball program wish equality for all in this celebration of Black History Month. And you can help Bergen Catholic continue to build on past successes by preparing for the future with a donation to the Crusader Fund. Crusader Fund gifts are unrestricted and immediately available where they are most urgently needed. Join us in strengthening the Bergen Catholic Brotherhood for generations to come with an annual gift to Bergen Catholic's Crusader Fund. Donate today at bergencatholic.org. So Bergen Catholic outscored Kennedy 16-15 in that first quarter of play, and then really just shot the lights out, and the defense suffocating. Outscored the Knights 22-4 in the second quarter of play to take control of this 38-19 lead. BC looking to win back-to-back games and back-to-back days, and they know what's on the horizon as well, as they're going to be taking on national powerhouse Montverde Academy down in Toms River on Thursday night. So it definitely would behoove the Crusaders to continue their stellar play. That would maybe give some of the starters some valuable breathing time and some time to recuperate before playing their third game this week on Thursday. And for this Bergen Catholic team, still ranked number 9 in the state, everything in front of them as well. This is a big game for the Crusaders, PowerPoint-wise. they could get a bunch of points in this one and put themselves in a good position to potentially get closer and closer to garnering one of the top seeds in the North Non-Public A playoffs. Coming into today, Bosco number 1, BC number 2, Seton Hall Prep number 3, St. Joe's number 4, and Del Barton number 5. But Hudson Catholic and St. Peter's Prep, they're lurking on the outside. They haven't played as many games. They get punished for playing their Hudson County schedule, as the teams have, quite frankly, not been that strong this year in Hudson County. So Bergen Catholic will start with possession on offense, begin the second half of play. Dan Long joined alongside by Jay Sticco here in our broadcast, courtesy of the Fast Break Club and SSP Video. BC in their home white. Here's Brown, sets and fires, make it 4 threes, reined in by Julian Brown. Coach Armstrong is probably thinking to himself, where has this three-point shooting been all season, and how can we save a couple for Thursday? Briggs gets the defender up in the air. Benjamin got a piece of it. Got the block, and now that's tipped out of bounds. Last touch off of Kennedy, as Monroe was close to losing possession. So no Terry Copeland, no Elliot Cadeau. Looks like no Elijah Flanoy. Also here for BC today, we've seen plenty of lineups that are very young for the Crusaders today, with freshmen and sophomores doing the lion's share of the work. But here's the senior, Richardson, off balance in that shot attempt. Rebounded by Simmons, trying to go a little razzle-dazzle. Richardson, full sprawl on the floor to dive after it, but it goes out of bounds off of him, so it'll stay possession with Kennedy. Richardson was 17, Julian Brown with 12 for the Crusaders. Briggs with 11 for Kennedy. Zaire Simmons with 5. He's the second leading scorer for Tommy Paterson's Knights. In danger of falling for the second consecutive time this season. They won 12 in a row before they had that streak snapped their last time out against Ridgewood. Now it's going to be a foul in the act of shooting a 3 against BC, which will send Kennedy to the line for 3 attempts. Jeremiah Klein, number 23, the sophomore, will head to the line for 3. As Klein missing on the first foul shot opportunity. So it is a 3-shot foul, despite it being announced as a 2-shot foul. Klein missing on the first one. Sinks in the second one. His first point of the game, and it's kind of fun hearing the crowd. These are the Crusader crazies for years to come, getting a taste of the action as 8th graders here, getting loud on the other side of the gymnasium. Klein goes 2 of 3 at the line. His first 2 points of the contest, 41-21, BC on top. First meeting between Kennedy and BC since 2014. This is the 44th all-time edition of this rivalry. Again, a rivalry that was dominated for years by Kennedy. Kennedy, one of the powerhouse programs historically in North Jersey, led by the legendary coach Jim Ring, and one of his former players now in charge of the program here in Coach Patterson. Richardson coughed it up. Transition opportunity the other way, and an ensuing foul as well, and a chance at a 3-point play for Briggs and Kennedy. So Briggs now with 13 points in the game. The first 2 points of the second half for number 2 in black. And Briggs will try to make it a 3-point play. And will do just that. Briggs now with 14 points. 41-24. 5-0 run for Kennedy here in the third quarter. Julian Brown. The pick set by Benjamin. Brown across the middle. He got tripped up on the play, and that'll be the first foul of the second half against Kennedy. Kennedy had picked up 6 quick fouls in the first quarter, but then did a good job of managing the fouls, only committing 1 more foul for the remainder of that first half. Julian Brown orchestrating the inbounds here. Brown looking for Richardson in the corner. Romero right in his back pocket. Richardson with the left-hand dribble across the lane. He lost his footing and hit a wet spot on the floor, and that's going to be another turnover against BC and Richardson here in the third quarter. So after knocking down a three in their opening possession of this third quarter, BC's offense starting to stall out a little bit here, as Kennedy trying to inch their way back into this contest. 41-24 the deficit. Romero tripped initially and then had the opening, and that space allows him to sink down the three. Jesus Romero with his second made three of the game, and Kennedy on a run. And now Julian Brown getting right to the hoop and draws the harm. So an 8-0 run in this game now for Kennedy has pulled the Knights back to within 41-27. And Julian Brown wasting little time to take it down and draw the foul. Second personal foul against Jeremiah Klein will send Julian Brown to the line for two. Brown rattles the first one in and out. Elias Espinosa has come back into the game for Jalen Robinson. Robinson picked up a couple of fouls in that opening portion of the third quarter. Fouling a three-point shooter and then fouling Briggs, which eventually became an and one. So Brown knocks down the second of the two foul shots. He's got 13 points in the game. BC leads 42-27. Briggs up top to Romero. Romero shuffling his way through again. How is that not a travel? Now it is. Jesus Romero was incredulous after that, but he was closer to being in Westwood than in Oradell after taking so many steps. Get a thumbs up from my camera guy, Jay Sticco, proud Westwood resident. So the traveling call will give the ball back to BC. 42-27. Brown. That time, that was a heat check again for number 2 in white. As he airballed that one, great hustle by Scrivenich has sent the senior out onto the stage behind the basket in pursuit of that loose ball. 3 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Here's Gore. Not really an offensive threat. More a defensive presence and an offensive rebounder. Briggs off the dribble. Got it poked from behind. Espinosa tips it out in space to Brown. Here comes Brown the other way to Monroe. Monroe got it stripped as he was trying to carve out some space down low. The freshman has been held to only 1 point so far in this game. Again, Terry Copeland missing his 5th straight game for BC. The starting center this year for the Crusaders. Espinosa at 6 in the first half, working on the baseline. Here's Monroe, foul line jumper, and a nice shooting touch there by the 6'7" freshman, David Monroe. Monroe with a 15-foot jumper pushes the BC lead back to 17, 44-27. Simmons. And there's an offensive foul earned by Joe Scrivenich. Scrivenich has always done those little things throughout his career that helps motivate BC on both sides of the floor. I remember in one instance of getting to call that game against Cardinal Hayes at Iona College on Local Live, that at the end of the game, there was a little showboating going on by a Cardinal Hayes guard. Scrivenich would not flinch despite the oohs and ahs of the crowd. He drew a 5-second call even when the game was no longer in reach. It's those little plays that Scrivenich does that helps create that culture of success here for Billy Armstrong's side. Here's Scrivenich. Gets it poked out of his hands from behind by Romero. 3:45 left to go here in the third. 44-27, the BC lead. Crusaders led by 19 at halftime. On the inbound, Julian Brown, no good. Benjamin tried to grab the ball, and they had a quick whistle there. It'll work out for Kennedy as they have the possession arrow in their favor, but that looked like it was going to get snatched right out of the hands of Benjamin, not even necessitating a jump ball situation. So Kennedy once again will have an opportunity to pull closer. Knights were held to 19 first half points, including only 4 points produced in that entire second quarter. Scored 8 so far in this quarter. Briggs, unlucky that time. Into the hands of Brown. Here's Julian Brown, the point guard. Out to Scrivenich on the baseline. Scrivenich got hung up in the air, but Espinosa comes to save possession. Here's Monroe, baseline jumper. Again, the freshman showing the outside shooting touch. Monroe with 4 of his 5 points in the last couple of possessions here in the third quarter. BC's lead back to 19, 46-27. Romero, three-point threat. Switched off as Scrivenich now guarding him. Klein from distance, no good. Benjamin another rebound. Benjamin's working on a double-digit rebound performance. Elias Espinosa, dangerous pass intercepted by Romero. Brown steals it right back. Brown with a hesitation dribble. Gets in close, finger roll doesn't go. Benjamin with the hustle play, but has that one deflect off of him last, and he might have been clocked in the side of the head in the process as he's rubbing his noggin. 2:29 left to go in the third. Kennedy went 7-1 in last year's COVID-shortened season, losing only to Paterson-Charter, one of the teams that knocked him off as well this year. And Paterson-Charter is going to be the overall top seed in the Passaic County tournament, as well as this year. The Knights only a couple of seasons removed from a sectional championship, just like the Crusaders. They went 27-4 a couple of seasons ago before winning the North 1 Group 4 sectional crown. Brown trying to draw the contact, a lot of contact, no goal, and Benjamin cleans up the miss on the glass. Benjamin with 4 points in the game, 48-27. BC's lead now up to 21. As Richardson awaiting his return to this game. Again, if BC can get a comfortable lead like they have, then I'd have to think liberal substitutions coming in the fourth quarter. Here's Scrivenich for 3 in front of his bench, no good. Faded away, basket hanging the other way. BC with a great hustle play by Espinosa. The Crusaders not allowing anything here tonight. That was all hustle on the play to will themselves down the other way by Elias Espinosa to make sure that Simmons didn't have the easy 2. 1:33 left to go in the third. Inbound is to Gore. Now up top to Briggs. Briggs has been held to only 3 points so far here in the third. Simmons behind the back, up and under. Nice move there to draw the contact. And with 1:22 left to go here in the third, that'll send the freshman Zaire Simmons to the line, shooting 2. Simmons, an impressive-looking player, averaging 12 points a game and leading the team with 7.2 rebounds per contest. Simmons off the mark on his first foul shot. 1:22 remaining in our third quarter play here in Oradell. Only the 4th home game all season for BC in their first in almost a month. January 9th, the last time BC called home. Simmons missing a pair. Monroe with a strong rebound and a reach-in foul whistled against Jesus Romero. That'll be the 4th team foul against Kennedy, while BC has committed 3 team fouls here in the third. For Romero, that's going to be foul number 3 in the game as well. So BC will get the ball back, leading 48-27. It's been all Crusaders since they outscored Kennedy 22-4 in the second quarter. Richardson getting it to the fellow senior Scrivenich. Here's the floater, no good by Joe. Rebound again by Benjamin. And Benjamin shuffled the feet there as he tried to carve out a little space after bringing home another rebound. So Brandon Benjamin, the 6'7" sophomore, had 15 points against DePaul, 16 points in the loss against Bosco. Not really getting the scoring effort here tonight, but the rebounds certainly coming down in bunches for number 20. He is growing by leaps and bounds, and this only his second year on the varsity. Richardson with a rebound. Richardson curls on the baseline, give and go to Monroe inside, and Monroe continues another big third quarter. Off the assist by Will Richardson, nice drive and dish by Richardson, finding Monroe, who has 5 in the quarter, 7 in the game. Under 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Kennedy just trying to take the air out of the ball here, holding for one final shot. Trailing by 23, 50-27. The Knights 12-3 on the season. Here's Briggs, fadeaway jumper in space, no good. Who else but Brandon Benjamin with another rebound inside. And that'll do it for the first 3 quarters of play. Bergen Catholic in position here to garner potentially their 11th win of the season. They're on top by a score of 50-27. They outscored Kennedy 12-8 in that third quarter of play. Since 1997, Leaf Free Home Improvements has earned a reputation as a leading gutter, siding, window, and roofing contractor in Bergen County. Owned and founded by BC basketball alum Noel Naughton, Leaf Free Home Improvements dedicates themselves to exceeding the expectations of homeowners and commercial clients throughout Bergen and Rockland counties. For more information or for a free quote, visit leaffree.com or call 201-730-6093. Trap Hagen CPAs and Wealth Advisors are longtime supporters of Bergen Catholic basketball and are celebrating 50-plus years serving our community by providing a full range of comprehensive accounting, tax, and wealth management services. For more information, visit tfgllc.com or call 201-262-1040. And the student athletes of the Bergen Catholic basketball program wish equality for all in celebration of Black History Month, here in the month of February. Dan Long, Jay Sticco, so glad that he could join us here from inside Hale Gymnasium and Chris Dotfield Court. Back in Oradell for the 4th home game of the season for the Red and Gold. Espinosa. Another 3 for BC. Espinosa now with 3 3-pointers in this game. BC with 9 knocked down so far tonight. Gore across the middle. A nice floater finish there by the senior as he gets his first 2 points of the game for Kennedy. Richardson was scoreless in that third quarter, more of a facilitator, also getting some valuable rest as well. And there's David Monroe. Don't want to play him in a game of horse. Monroe is hitting him from all over the floor. He's got 9. Again, only a freshman, and what a potential front line for BC. And that's not even putting into account sophomore Terry Copeland rejoining the mix, hopefully this season. Across the middle. Simmons across the lane. And he throws it away, and it's going to be taken in by Richardson. As Richardson crosses the timeline into the corner for Spencer, the freshman, in front of the Crusader Crazies. Into the corner it goes, and the fastball pass, that's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with BC. Julian Brown comes back in for Elias Espinosa. One of Espinosa's better performances so far this season. 9 points for the senior, and a couple of big defensive hustle plays as well. Robinson from just inside the foul line, no good. Tried to follow his own miss, but into the hands it went of Briggs. Briggs the other way, nice up and under move for Jaquan Briggs. Briggs now with 16 in the game to lead the scoring efforts for Kennedy. No real secondary scoring though here tonight for the Knights. Into the corner, Spencer loads it up for 3, no good. Romero tips it out of bounds right in front of the accepted students section, as well as some of the seniors who are trying to teach them the ways of the Crusader Crazies. 6:12 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, BC will be taking on national powerhouse Montverde Academy on Thursday down in Toms River. How much longer will we see the likes of Will Richardson and Julian Brown in this game? Richardson, corner 3, no good. Brown with the rebound, draws the contact again, and this is what's been a good sign for BC and Julian Brown. He's not settling for just outside shots, which he's been making at a high clip here tonight. He's remaining aggressive, drawing the contact, getting his chances at the foul line. The Wagner commit. 13 points in the game. 5:59 left to go here in the fourth. And Brown swishes in the first foul shot. Brown with 14 in the game. Will Richardson with a game-high 17 for the Crusaders. David Monroe with 9. Elias Espinosa with 9. So Brown, 2 for 2 in that last trip. 15 points in the game for Brown. 57-31, the Bergen Catholic lead. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Goes into the corner. Briggs crossing up Spencer. Does a good job of getting the contact and one. Generous continuation call there. As Briggs now up to 18 points in the game, around his per game average this season, as he averages 17.8 per game. Briggs, an impressive senior. Best player, leading scorer all season for Coach Patterson. He's got 19 in the game now for Kennedy. 23-point lead for BC. Richardson pulls up from the elbow. Felt Romero lurking from behind. A savvy veteran move there by Richardson as he drew the contact in the act of shooting, and that'll send Will to the foul line. Looking for his first points of this second half, Romero picked up foul number 4 in the process. 16th foul against Kennedy. As Will knocks down the foul shot. It's perfect 5 for 5 at the line here tonight. 18 points to lead the BC scoring effort. As Richardson continues to be flawless at the charity stripe. He's got 19 to match the 19 of Briggs for the game-high scoring. Only one man ahead of him all-time scoring, and that's the all-time scoring leader here at BC, and Sean Banks. As before the three-point shot by Romero, it's going to be a timeout granted to Coach Tommy Patterson and Kennedy, as he's going to be trying to talk things over with his side. They've run into an inspired BC team here tonight, as the Crusaders in charge, 59-34 here in the fourth quarter of play. SSP Video specializes in getting your student athletes to stand out from the competition and get noticed by college coaches. For more info and to sign up, visit sspvideo.org and get noticed. If you'd like to become a sponsor of these BC basketball broadcasts on YouTube, please email Bergen Catholic Basketball at gmail.com. And we thank all of our proud sponsors for their support of these free YouTube broadcasts. And again, personally like to extend my thanks to Billy Armstrong and the entire Bergen Catholic basketball program for allowing me another opportunity to call BC basketball something that is near and dear to me, and I've been doing for quite some time coming into this season. Only our fourth broadcast of the year. BC will be back home on February 8th against St. Joe's, and then, of course, will conclude their regular season in a big-time showdown with arch-rival Don Bosco Prep here on February 17th. BC just trying to pile up the wins so that they could also assure themselves of more home games here in the postseason, as they're looking to defend their sectional title from a couple of seasons ago. No state playoffs last season. BC only played 9 games, went 7-2. Foul shot no good by Simmons, the outlet by Robinson. Richardson left the ball behind, but it was touched out of bounds by Simmons. So the Crusaders will have the inbound. 5:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. 59-34 the lead for Billy Armstrong's BC side. Again, the question that I have is, how much longer do you keep your starters in? They're playing their second game in as many nights and have that huge matchup against Montverde coming up on Thursday. Julian Brown in and out. Spencer poked it away from Romero from behind. The loose ball is secured, and the 50-50 ball won by Briggs. Briggs telegraphed that one. Robinson got his mitt in the way. Brown might have gotten away with an extra step and also missed the layup. And I got caught in no man's land underneath the rim. Romero pulls up again from three, no good. Tipped away. Here's Klein. Klein throws it towards the rim, no good. Monroe saves it before going out of bounds to Spencer. A freshman to freshman connection. Here comes Monroe. Spencer with a left-hand dribble. Kicks it out. Richardson open for three, no good. Rebounded by Briggs, but it tipped off of his hands, right into the waiting hands of Julian Brown. Brown tried the no-look into the corner for Spencer, as that'll lead as a turnover with 3:59 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The road ahead for Kennedy. They will go back home to take on Passaic before taking on Woodrow Wilson of Camden on February 5th. And then crosstown rival Eastside comes to Kennedy on February 8th. Kennedy in first place in the Big North Liberty Division. BC in second place in the Big North United. Romero missing again. Good job of BC again. Active hands underneath, forcing LaDorian Latson to miss that follow-up attempt inside, as that will stay here, possession with Kennedy. As Billy Armstrong starts to go to his bench now and bring on some new faces. Gianluca Fallon, number 13. Austin Sargenti, number 15. On the floor now with Julian Brown, Jalen Robinson, and Brandon Benjamin. The five players in white for the Crusaders. Jumper on the far side, no good. Gore with a rebound underneath. Kicks it around. Here's Latson, and Latson gets it to fall. LaDorian Latson, the senior forward, with his first 2 points of the game. 59-36, the Crusader lead. Brown again sets and fires from straight away. He's cooled off a bit. Inadvertent hit to the head there by his own teammate. As Romero, a little worse for wear coming up the floor after getting poked by Klein. Fallon to the near side. Deflected away. Kennedy with the hustle play. Here by Briggs. Briggs weaving his way through the middle of the lane. No good. Fight for the loose ball. Deflected away. Rejected by Benjamin. Fallon outletting it. Here's Brown on the open floor. Brown to a wide open Sargenti for three. No good. Fallon tipping it underneath to Benjamin. Benjamin can't get the bucket to fall. 1-on-2, and now that leads to another steal produced by Brown, as Brown will slowly bring it up into the front court as we come up on the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter of play. Brown across the middle. Tried a little razzle-dazzle there, leads to another turnover. Things getting sloppy between these two teams as we approach the finish line here tonight in Ordell, as Briggs will draw the foul and will be sent to the foul line to shoot two. As Briggs is trying to get to 20 points on the game. 1:53 left to go. See how much longer they keep Brandon Benjamin in this game as well. As a couple more subs waiting to check in for Billy Armstrong. As Briggs will sink the first foul shot. He'll now have a game-high 20 in the game. And there go a couple of the sophomore starters, Robinson and Benjamin, out of the game now. 1:53 remaining in regulation as BC has cleared their bench as Briggs knocks down a pair. 21 in the game now for Jaquan Briggs. Tyler McQuaid has come into the game, as well as Anthony Brown. Brown setting the screen for McQuaid. McQuaid, a freshman guard. Into the corner. Fallon outletting it now over to Brown, who will pull it out. 90 seconds remaining in the game. Brown across the lane, finger roll with a left-hand layup is good. Julian Brown with 17 points in the contest. 61-38 in all BC after a back-and-forth first quarter. BC leaving little doubt here after a dominant second quarter that saw the Crusaders outscored Kennedy 22-4. They haven't looked back since. And a timeout taken by Billy Armstrong to once again get a couple more players into the game so that everyone will have been able to play in this game. Abe Pogue and Alex Woolrab coming into the game for BC as well. So again, fans, BC's next game will be on Thursday night down in Toms River against Montverde Academy. Then the Crusaders will be playing in the round of 16 of the Bergen Jamboree against Riverdale on Saturday at Tenafly High School before coming back here home to take on the Green Knights of St. Joe's in the 99th all-time meeting between BC and the Green Knights. Crusaders had their way with their rivals from Montvale earlier on this season. On the road, 175-63, and quite frankly, it wasn't that close. So BC's going to be back home against St. Joe's coming next week. Here's a corner three, no good by Pogue. And rebounded underneath by Kennedy. Under a minute now left to go in this one. Simmons, nice move, a little out of control though. Massive humanity with players decked out on the hardwood. Good that nobody got stepped on there, and we continue on as Coach Patterson has also brought in a couple of his reserves. Again, not a big bench here tonight. Kennedy bringing only 9 players with them. Here's Simmons. Flanked by Fallon. Simmons pulls up from 15, no good on the elbow jumper. Brown with the board. 35 seconds and counting now left to go. Here in regulation, here's Fallon for 3, no good. Rebound, caroms out in space. Tavion Shaw. Shaw will be the recipient of, it looks like a reach-in foul against BC. That'll be the 6th Crusader foul of the second half. So no more fouls to give, as McQuaid will pick up the personal. There's another foul as Simmons took it right to the basket, trying to get his points here in garbage time with 22.2 seconds left to go. That'll be the 7th team foul, and also in the act of shooting, as Alex Woolrab will pick up the personal. Zaire Simmons with 5 points in the game. Simmons has struggled here at the line. 0 for 3 this evening. So Kennedy will look to bounce back against Passaic in their next game. Then they take on Woodrow Wilson. Home to Eastside before traveling to Clifton, Bergen Tech, and finishing the regular season against Passaic Tech. As that'll be a foul against Kennedy now. As Simmons will pick up the personal foul. Foul shot no good. Brown with the rebound inside, and the putback is good by Anthony Brown, the 6'6 senior. 63-39, 7 seconds and counting left to go. Simmons, great defense by Pogue. Here's going to be an opportunity. Pogue just can't get it to go before the buzzer sounds on the backboard as the BC bench was erupting in celebration and trying to urge on the senior to get the 2 points before the buzzer. So BC is going to be content with a workmanlike performance here at home as the Crusaders will defeat Kennedy by a score of 63-39. The 20th all-time win for Bergen Catholic against Kennedy in their first win since here in 2014. Bergen Catholic's leading scorer in this game was Will Richardson. He had 19 points. Julian Brown was 17. Elias Espinosa and David Monroe with 9 points apiece for BC. For Kennedy, they're led by the 21 points of Jaquan Briggs in a losing effort, as Jesus Romero and Zaire Simmons also added 6 points apiece in the loss. So with the loss, Kennedy will fall to 12-4 on the season. With the victory, Bergen Catholic will improve to 11-5 overall, and again have a marquee matchup awaiting them on Thursday down in Toms River, followed up by a Bergen Jamboree showdown with Riverdale, and then we'll be back here a week from tonight to bring you all the sights and sounds of the rivalry showdown. Bergen Catholic taking on St. Joseph Regional. That'll be our next broadcast on February 8th at 7 p.m. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. BC Basketball has been brought to you by Leap Free Home Improvements, Trap Hagen CPAs and Wealth Advisors, RSM Facility Solutions, the Richardson family, the Guerra family, the Gallo family, the Trap Hagen family, the Caggiano and Fallon families. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As, again, always honored to bring you all Bergen Catholic action here on YouTube, courtesy of SSP Video and my main man, Jay Sticko. For him, I'm Dan Long saying so long from Hale Gym, BC, victorious here.